Hello everyone, welcome to another On the Bench with Pete, and today I'm just going to be I'll show you a bit of everything really. Maybe some vehicle stuff, maybe some more Zombicide stuff. I've got the Toxic City Mall to finish, maybe some more work on my US infantry soldiers. Who knows, it's just going to be a complete mishmash of stuff today, but we'll talk about some stuff. So grab yourselves a brush, grab yourselves a model or models, and let's get painting. So here we are, got my trusty palette, some paper towel, water pot. Actually got a couple of palettes, and I'm looking at my Zombicide survivors from the expansion Toxic City Mall. Got Elsa, Derek, Nima and Raoul. So I'm using these cards as a guideline to paint them up so they're easily recognisable. Let's zoom in a bit. Hang on a minute. Set myself up here. Cup of tea to one side. Yeah, so we've got Derek here. He's like a workman, like a builder type. I'm already looking at him now. I can already see where I've missed a spot on his head. That's a shame. His jacket. I started off. I was trying to use was it Jakara orange? I went for Troll Slayer orange in the end anyway. I tried a couple of different oranges for his jacket. The Dayglow yellow is a bit needs a few more layers yet, particularly on the back. But yeah, we'll get there. Nima, she looks quite cool with guns there. Yeah, she looks good. Good looking model. That's a really good sculpt. This is obviously quite a classy bird. Probably an office worker or some such thing. Bit like Doug, I suppose. The apocalypse is upon her. Taking up arms. Elsa, however, looks like something out of the Avengers. Like a black leather all-in-one suit. So yeah, I have to work on that one. And Raoul looks like a bit of an everything, really. One of these survivor freaks, a bit like Ned, I suppose, but younger. Anyway, talking of Zombicide, had a cracking game last night. Absolutely cracking game. Tensions ran high. Really did. Anyway, before I get on to that, so I'll work out who I'm going to do first. What I'm going to do, a bit of gunmetal here. I'm going to get a bit of gunmetal in my palette. Yeah, tensions ran high, man. I mean, God, what a game. What a stunning game it was. But like I say, tensions ran high and it was quite stressful. Yeah, because we only, well, not all our survivors made it in that game, but you know, we made it barely. The rest of us did. Poor old Phil had to sacrifice his life for us to progress, but you know, for the good of the party and all that. So yeah, I don't think my daughter was too best pleased about that, because that was one of her characters. So luckily we were playing 2 characters each. It was a 4+ character mission, and I forget which one we were playing. One of the ones out of the book. like the compendium. Alright, let me just select a... Alright. No, I don't fine detail. Looking for a detail brush, but not a fine detail brush. Just... Yeah, I really should be more organised with this stuff. I have no idea where that... Let's go. Oh, there it is. On the floor. That's why it's eluding me. Right then. So, start with this guy, I suppose. Oh, nearly lost my brush again then. Roll. Right, so here we are. Get the camera position right. God, I was doing this yesterday. Obviously not on camera. It's so much easier. Yeah, so much easier to do this stuff when you're not filming. But I like to film it because it's good. It's good content to paint along to, I think. I know I find videos of this type useful. Obviously not to learn anything, although you might get the odd tip here and there, who knows. But they're just useful distraction in the background whilst you paint. And I can't get enough of them. There's not enough out there. I wish more people would do them. I love Jay's Paint Along with Jay series he does. We don't do them often enough for my liking. Need more, Jay. Right, so he's got a machete there. And I'm thinking, excuse me one moment. Would it be good to paint this? Yeah, I might paint a magazine. Excuse me, that's my phone going off. Yeah, it's supposed to be the eclipse today here, but you know, to be honest, I've had darker, rainy days here. It wasn't very exciting at all. It was like it clouded over for a little bit. And yeah, glad I didn't film it. Very disappointing. It's actually quite a nice sunny day out there now. It's getting to the stage where I'm thinking I'm going to have to start cutting the grass. The council have started out front along the pavements and things, so starting to make mine look messy now, so yeah, I have to sort that one out. Just looking at what else he's got on his, he's got a cup there. I'm not sure whether to do that cup or not. Sorry guys, we want to get a bit closer even. Trouble is, it's even more difficult than to stay on camera, so I do apologise if I phase out. This gun he's got here is looking quite good. Looks like a good one. Just down the very end of the gun barrel here. I'll come out a little bit. So you can, so you're going to see these miniatures all every which way, I expect. So I try and get the right angle to paint. We're getting a lot of neck ache lately. I think I've got a bad posture. Yeah. So yeah. bad posture in the painting front. I'm sure if I had a workstation assessment ergonomically, they doubt they'd find anything ergonomic about where I do my hobby. Right. Okay. There you go, rail. Right, well, she's got Nima. She's got a nice pistol looking thing here. It's quite good. Get that painted up. And we're in good shape. Yeah, it was a hard game last night. Although it was one of the easy missions. We were looking for ones that were 45 minutes approximately long, because they all got varying game lengths. And it only makes sense that the harder missions will take longer. That makes sense. Yeah, okay. It's always I think that some of the strategy comes from you've always got to make a choice, and whatever choice you end up making, it's going to have a good consequence and a bad consequence for the rest of the party. Obviously, depending on what you choose. I enjoyed painting these Zombicide miniatures so much last time, but you know, had to get these guys done. Just had to. Now, do I want? Yeah, I think I'll paint the barrel on this submachine gun as well. Done there. I've been wanting to do it on the bench for a while now. Yeah, like it now. Okay. Derek. He's got a pistol as well, so. Derek, you can do your pistol. Gunmetal too. Should have done the handle yesterday while we were thinking about it. But that's okay. It's okay to go over some bits because I haven't done them yet. Be doing those off camera, like touch-ups and things. Right. Don't think, well, he's got sort of zip thing going on there. Not easy, not easy. And the last thing you paint usually is always so hard because that's the one where you've got to get it spot on, like a shirt or a hand or a face or something. But I found with these Zombicide miniatures, they look quite scary when you first look at them because they're I don't know what they are, 25mm, just shy of 28 I would say. Unless that's, I don't know, they might be 28mm. Hard to say. I'm used to looking at Space Marines, I suppose. Yeah, looking at it, actually comparing to my mugs, I think they are 28mm. It's just that I'm used to Space Marines, so they do tend to look small. Right, Elsa's big guns, big pistols anyway. Try to hunch over. The thing I've been hearing about a lot lately is on YouTube. The what they, I don't know if it's just the Americans, the way they refer to it, but the tip jar facility. And obviously that's not available in this country at the moment, in England. I know I've already said my thoughts about the old fan funding thing, things like Patreon and that, and I'm not exactly on board with that. But I think the tip jar is a different kettle of fish. I mean, heck, if somebody wants to tip you for doing a good video, fair play, I think. It's not like you're asking for money then, is it? Not like you're begging. Like tipping a waiter or a waitress at a restaurant. If you thought the service was good and they deserve a tip, then yeah. Or if you don't, or you just can't, then you don't. Trouble is, abroad, I think companies use the tip thing as an excuse to pay their employees a really low, poor salary. The service industry is, especially in the food industry, is very hard work. I would say waiting and waitressing is very, very hard work. From what I can see anyway. But anyway, I digress. Fan funding on YouTube. So you can get paid YouTube channels and they're becoming more and more popular. And that's, you know, I subscribe to a couple. Well, one. But there's a couple out there. I shamelessly have subscribed to it because the content is so good. And, you know, it's so cheap. It's not like I'm being forced to do it. And there's free content available anyway, so, you know, and obviously they want to encourage people to like become like the VIP members and all that kind of thing. I think it will become more sort of prevalent in YouTube community as time goes on. But things like, you know, Kickstarters, and I think companies, it's alright for companies to do them, but I don't think we as individuals should do Kickstarters, because things like Patreon as well, I just don't like that. As I've said before, I find it akin to begging. For a company to do a Kickstarter, I mean, that's kind of just like, really just like sort of a sale. Just make enough to see how it goes, really. And if they then make money, then great. They'll make more. I was just doing the zip here. So difficult. Hold off on doing the rest of the zip there just yet. Dogs are barking. Excuse me a moment, I'm just going to close the door over a bit. Take my first sip of tea because I get a bit dry. So yeah, I noticed channels that have the Patreon, they tend to be quite pushy with it as well. I think, you know, and I just don't like that. Don't like it. Oh, I'll do the Zombivore version of Phil's this gun here while I've got the gun metal on the go, just to get that one done. So I've got the model out here, so I'll just quickly do that. And we can get this show on the road. He's got a piston. I can't remember after my game of Zombicide season 1 is downstairs. I have to go and get it at some point to when I paint the Zombivore versions of the characters, the survivors. I'm going to need them as a reference. I can't remember how I painted them. I just can't remember. So yeah. Samurai now. It's going to be for Ronin. Looking forward to playing. Got our monks are nearly done now. I haven't worked on them for a while, but they're almost done. We've got some peasants as well to paint up. So I can have a few of those because they're quite cheap points wise, so I'll be able to have more of them on the board. Although they're nowhere near as good as things like samurai and monks and things like that. But yeah, I've done those. Oh yeah. Okay. So what to paint next? Well, I've really got to do some stuff on my US infantry. So, but it's working out what to paint on them. Flesh, I think, or no, wood on the guns. That's where the beige brown comes in. Just got this today. This one. So I'm going to use to do the wood on the guns. That's a nice brown. Can be used on a multitude of things. Vallejo, so it's quite thinned down anyway. Dampness of the brush will do for this one. Yeah. So yeah. I had a few going off topic. I had a few better night's sleep lately, which is good. As I said back along, I had a hospital appointment and they decided to up my painkiller meds, so gives me better night's sleep now, which is good. Thank you for that. So that's all good. I've been selling more stuff on eBay. I put a load more on, well, not a load more, that sounds like I'm doing hundreds of stuff. I put some on, not as much as I should. Some Airfix models and 1/72 scale soldiers. That's British infantry for those. Yeah, let's put them on eBay and see how it goes. A couple of games, a couple of DVDs, books and whatnot that I don't use anymore. And with the proceeds from that, I can get more stuff that I am using, which is good. Yeah, so like I say, council cut the grass yesterday out front on their pavements and that. That's making me think I'm going to have to get myself into gear and paint our lawn here. To be interesting. Right. Just doing a bit of an awkward bit of the butt of the gun here, or the butt of the gun, the end of the gun. I don't know what you call it, but you stick under your arm. I'm sure someone will correct me on what it is called. But you know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about, damn it. Right. That's that one done. I think when we're here for a moment. Some of the guns, depends on what guns they are, some of them don't have much brown on them, or wood on them. And some of them do. There we are. Ooh. So yeah, as I said last night, well, pretty stressful game, all in all. Pretty stressful game. Zombicide, but highly enjoyable. I would say it's easy to relax to though. Might be better playing it at a weekend actually, when you know, people don't have work the next day and things like that. Aha, a bit of wood on this one. Do that. Yeah. I had more bolt action dice arrive today. Well, brown ones I'm going to use for the Germans. I don't suppose it really matters, does it? Just use them for whatever sides you decide on at the time, you know. The order dice, they look cool. I've got a bit of a dice fetish actually. So I just love dice. I love holding them, rolling them, moving them around in my hands. I love to hear the sound they make when you roll them. So yeah, I must have a dice fetish. It's the only thing I can think of, really. So I'll do this bit here. Then I'll have another sip of tea from my thermal mug, for which I'm very grateful for. Otherwise it would go cold, my tea. I had 2 cups of coffee this morning, so tea now for a bit. Yes. So guys, I just want to take this opportunity of saying about the YouTube community out there. I feel lucky that I've landed myself in this community. I mean, I could have chosen any hobby really, couldn't I? To be fair. Could have been like, I don't know, vintage cars or I don't know. I could have chosen any hobby and sort of got into that in a big way instead. Because I do tend to go full on into hobbies and things. I'm a firm believer in all or nothing, you know. I'm just thankful that I've stumbled across a great YouTube community. People that genuinely want to help people and help each other out, and it's really great. It's nice to feel a part of a larger community, which I wouldn't have been able to have done before modern technology allowed such things. We say the world is getting smaller with technology, but with certain aspects like this, like my world, is getting larger because I have access and interaction with more people that I wouldn't have done years ago. And I think that's great. Right, he's done. Two? When I say done, I mean done on that bit. A little bit of wood. Yeah, I'm doing these with a detail brush because I am. Yeah. And it's good in our community because for the most part people are quite active on YouTube, and that's good given that our most precious commodity, really, when you sit down and think about it, is time. It's not money, it's not jewels or gold or anything like that, it's time. The most precious thing a human being can have is time. It's your most precious, valuable commodity. And I feel happy that my fellow YouTubers are happy to use their time to make videos for the enjoyment of others. So, huge thank you for that. I found a lot of these poses on these. I find the bolt action figures difficult to assemble. Way more difficult than GW ones. Whether that's because it's smaller, I don't know, but I just find them a pain. Difficult to get their arms and weapons right. You know. The lorry's going up and down outside by the sounds of it. It's great now we've had our window done. It cuts out a lot of the noise from the neighbours, that's good. Allows for easier video making. Right. There's another one done. 4 US soldiers done so far. Just going to stop the camera just a second. I've got to check my phone just to make sure it's nothing important. I'll be right back. Hey, back again. Just wanted to make sure it was nothing important. And have a swig of my tea. Right. Oh. Stretch my back a bit. Right. On with the next guy. Okay. So yeah, phone's on well, it's on vibrate now, so shouldn't be too disturbing. All right. Can't wait to get these. I can't wait to get all my bolt action stuff done, actually, including the shaman tank as well. Well, these don't require much in the way of brown because they're not really would, but some of them are, so a bit more difficult. Still, we're not done the flesh on these yet. I'm not doing these guys to like fancy standards or anything. I just want to get gaming with them, you know. But a firm believer, as I've said before, many occasions, I will not play a game with unpainted miniatures. I just will not do it. Can't. Whether that's my OCD or what, I don't know. Sometimes I wish I could. Some people do seem to have some fun still with it, but I just can't. Bit like getting drunk on one drink or something like that. I suppose it's cheaper and easier, you know, I don't know. Not that I drink much, just saying. Bad analogy. In fact, I'm drinking less and less nowadays because it doesn't make PD feel well. Okay. Just on here, just wash that brush out. So I like this palette because it's good to switch between colours. Bit of the gunmetal on there. Just wanted to do that. Okay. A bit more man cave talk. The latest is wondering about whether we should do it ourselves. Crazy notion, eh? Especially given I'm not a builder. Yes, it's quite crazy. It's a case of, well, how hard can it be? We got YouTube. I have helped to build an extension before, so I know a little bit, but I want my man cave done quite well, you know. And I am thinking I want it brick. I don't think it's that much dearer, to be honest. At first I thought it'd be cheaper just getting a wooden shed, and but no, I don't think so. Not only that, you know, a few years time it'll just be rotting out and falling to bits, won't it? So not good. And security, you got to think about security as well. Not easier to break into a wooden shed, and I no doubt would have some valuable stuff in there, you know. Easy one. Yeah. Seem to be whizzing through these a bit here, so that's good. But yeah, I mean, building a man cave yourself, I mean, it'd take a lot longer as well. Not that I mind that so much, but I mean, the whole planning permission thing, well, I don't think we would actually need it, but it's not a problem because that's what my wife works in, property and legal services, so Not a problem. Oh dear. I used to watch battle reports when I painted. They were good to paint along to help me learn the rules as well. That was back in 6th edition days. That makes it sound like I'm more of a veteran, doesn't it? Yes, back in the days when it was 6th edition. Yeah, I know some of you out there have been like in it from the very beginning. So, hats off to you guys. Right. Okay, nearly there on this one, I think. Few more to go. Let's do the. Well, he hasn't got a gun, so tank commander guy. Do I got a pouch that I could do? He's a metal figure, this one. Yes. Primed him in white. He does have a pistol holstered on his side, so he's got a sidearm. Not actually sure at this stage in bolt action whether they have to be WYSIWYG or not. I don't think they do, but obviously better. You know, I could say he's suddenly got a bazooka or rocket launcher or something. Or a rifle. He's not plainly not carrying one. So I'll have to get that confirmed. Another pouch. I think I'll do that one too. Just keep looking up momentarily just to make sure I'm still in shot of the camera. So obviously whilst I'm looking at this, I am not looking up at the screen. It's an enjoyable P&Q this week, I have to say. I really enjoyed that. Nice lot of questions. Very good. I'm thinking it's actually given me inspiration for another new series, which I'll talk about on a later date, I think. But yeah. Yes, here's patches done. There's another one. Back to the regular infantry. Nice easy one. I suppose really I should switch out brushes and got easy ones like this, but sometimes I can't be bothered, you know. However, on this occasion, I'm gonna. Because it just makes the process so much quicker. Oh yeah. Way quicker. Quite struggling on, is it? I do that quite a lot. I find I'm using the same brush and I'm thinking, oh, I just can't be bothered to change it out. I mean, you should really. Makes life so much easier. Because this guy's got another gun strapped to his back. Possibly what he picked up on the battlefield. Any more simple ones? Just looking. When I say simple ones, I mean simple poses. You know, ones I can get easy access to the gun. I gotta say, I use that Army Painter dipping shade strong tone for the gems. And I've got to be honest, I wasn't that impressed with it. I think it made them too dark. I didn't like the way it made them look. Well, I suppose it suits certain figures. I didn't think it suited them so much. Felt it kind of ruined a lot of the work I'd done on them, to be honest. I felt it needed to be a little more subtle than it actually was. So maybe I'll try and water it down a bit, or failing that I'll just use a different type of wash. So rather than a dipping cone, do it that way. Oh dear. Come on. I can do Derek's shoes actually. What's done here? Boots, work boots. And I'll put a black dot around the bottom of them. Later on. Back to the break from the infantry. There it is. And the wood. Planks of wood. He's got like planks of 2x4s there in his backpack. Oh, not his backpack, is the sling thing there. Whether that's for barricading strongholds or whatever, or just whacking the zombies over the head, I don't know. To find out more about him. I'm sure the rules will cover all of his traits. Right. Okay. That done. Just wanted to get that done. Back to the infantry. Yeah, I mentioned a pain in my neck. Been getting a pain in my neck. Bad posture. Yeah, I think I've talked about that, haven't I? Something now. I felt a twinge. Oh. Hold it back. My back gets cold when I'm doing this. Right. I just want to say a huge thank you to my subscribers whilst I'm here. Thank you guys for subscribing to me. Those of you that like this type of video, been great. Obviously, as with any channel, there's going to be certain series that not everybody likes. See, some people like this type of video. I do. I love it. I love to make it and I love to watch it. But it doesn't appeal to everyone. I understand that. They are designed purely just to be put on in the background. Not really to watch even, just to put on in the background. Something you can look up at occasionally here and there. To listen to whilst you're painting your own. And it makes your painting go that much quicker, I find, and easier. Just what's that? Again, another one done. Whizzing through these. Already done this one. He's not on a base, this guy, so. These rifles are quite common. I wanted a lot of rifles. Yeah, I want to try and come up with Zombicide mission ideas for myself. I want to make up my own mission today. I think that might be kind of fun. See if I can come up with a mission that we can play maybe next week or over the weekend. And, so let's do another easy mission. Sorry, I'm just looking at what I was doing there. Right. Another type of rifle, but it almost looks like a shotgun, this one. Pump action, if I didn't know better, but I'm sure it isn't. Wouldn't have that in World War II, would they? Or would they? I don't know. Wouldn't have thought so. Just do his pouch as well. On his backpack. I'll do that. Break up that area of green. It looks too green to me. I'll think about other games as well. There's another board game that I'm very intrigued in because of the miniatures, really, called Mansions of Madness. And I think just get grab all my sodas a minute. I think the YouTube channel of the week I did this week, what Chip played, I think they touch on Mansions of Madness. I'm pretty sure they do. But I know there are other channels that are out there. There's one that's even shows you how to paint up their miniatures, so yeah, Mansions of Madness. It does look quite good. Another non-relaxing game though. Like I say, last night was anything but relaxing. The slightest thing can change the entire outcome of a game, or the entire outcome of a scenario, or a situation, just by doing an action, one of your actions in a different order to how you were going to do them. It can change everything. It's so strategic. This guy here, I posed this guy like this, so I just wanted him to look like he was I was scared. Closer on there. It's not really a show and tell, this one, but yeah, I wanted him to be kind of like maybe behind a wall or something, and just propping up his helmet on the end of his gun over the wall, see if anyone shoots at it before he lobs his grenade. That was the kind of idea behind it. So yeah, I say it's not really a showcase video. This I'm filming in low res, so you can't see it, and it's best at its best anyway. I just wanted a different pose. I got bored with the same old poses all the time, you know. Just find them a bit boring, so I like to do something different. Nearly there, nearly there. Yeah, these guys. When I stop for lunch, I'll look at creating my own Zombicide mission. I'll write it down as well, what boards I'm using and spawn zones and all that kind of thing. Right. I have that wood under there, so yeah. Excuse me a moment. Like I say, it's a good job I've not done the flesh on these guys yet, so I'd be ruining it else. He's got one more to do, but he's not got a rifle, so I'll do a bit of gunmetal there. some of these clips or whatever they are. Webbing. Bazooka, I need to break this up a bit, it's too green now. Well, that's probably not accurate, but I want visual pleasure, which is why I play these games. Another bazooka, yeah. See if I can do the same on this ring. Just on a metal band around it, really. Sorry about this, just doing the zip. I wasn't planning on this. Actually, I don't plan any of it, but there. Right. Don't think there's much else. Wait, I'll do this bracket here. No vehicles, look. This is some sort of suspension rod. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. God. Yeah. I had this idea to make rhinos more generic. Well, not rhinos, just particularly tanks like rhinos. Magnetising the doors and painting them a generic colour so that you can swap out the doors and use them for anyone, any chapter, as it were. I'll go back to detail brush now. Okay. Going to actually no. Let's do one more of the standard brush here. Yeah, so that'll be easier, I feel. Sometimes it's difficult to know what's going on in the sculpt of a model, particularly when it's your first go with it. I'll go with this, use this as the collar then. I bet you're all glad it's Friday. If you're watching this on Friday, of course. But yeah, maybe lunchtime. After lunch, I shall, like I say, have a look at making my own Zombicide mission. It may involve me taking some pictures of the board I come up with. This Zombicide is an ideal mechanic for solo gaming, because you don't have to think what the zombies are doing, it's all done for you. So you have to move them according to the rules that they have, which I like, you know, it's good. Yeah, I do like that. Okay, done here. So Raoul. I think it's a bulletproof jacket or something he's got on here. Brown on the card, so doing it brown. Need a really light brown, maybe a ballard brown for his pouches up there, and then lighter. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, so solo gaming. Someone asked me about that a couple of weeks ago, I think. Have I ever done it and would I consider it? My answer then was no, I haven't done it, but yeah, I would consider it. Depends on the game, of course. Oh. Like I say, Zombicide, ideal. Designed for it. But I would certainly do it. I think you've got it when you're making up your own missions anyway. Right, so a bit of Ballard Brow on Rail's front now. Let's see how this goes. Oh yeah, that's right. Looking good. Yeah. It looks like a good survivor, this one. Get this done here, and I'll be a lot closer to. I've got to do I'll be a lot closer to finishing these guys. It won't take me long to do these. The zombies will take me a bit longer because there's more of them. Now I don't know how many zombies you get in Toxic City More. I've not checked. I don't think it'll be as many as the season 1. That said, I think it'll be enough to slow me down a bit. Yeah, slow me down a ways. So, yeah. But it really starts to spur you on, I think, when you've done the survivors. Trouble is, you got to do like the Zombivore versions of them now as well, so that takes some more time. Yeah. There's all more time taken. Really impressed with the sculpts. I've got Prison Outbreak Season 2 on the way. I was hoping it would arrive today actually, but it hasn't. Sad face. People saying that more now. I get it out from my daughter. But like, lol. She'll say something like disappointingly nice, she'll just go, sad face. Like she was texting it to me. Or whoever she's talking to. I just think, craziness. And here's me doing it. Funny what rubs off on you, isn't it? Eh? Well, I'm proud of the fact that I only managed to ruin one brush, or get through one brush, in the last season of Zombicide. I'm hoping I could be as fortunate this time round. At least you haven't got to build these. Don't get me wrong, the building of miniatures is great, particularly Warhammer. But sometimes it's nice just to pick up and paint, isn't it? And see it come together. Is that? I'm not sure. Tearing his trousers there, so right. I think that's him and then. Just check Derek's. Is it Derek? Well, time to switch out the brush again. I think the brush longevity just depends on how you clean it and how often and how well. Obviously, at the end of the session, I do a thorough cleaning. This thing on the back is what he's carrying his wood in. I'm doing it a lighter brown, although it's actually a darker one on the character card. I don't think you'll notice much though. Once I put a sepia wash on it. Okay. Almost there. I think I'll call time in a moment as I think I'd like to go and get something to eat. There we go. So, bit of a range topics today. I hope you're getting stuff painted as I am. That's one thing I love about these videos, doing these. I get to paint my miniatures. I get stuff done, and I like that. Okay. What have we got here now? Yeah, I'm gonna call time now, and so I'm gonna call time here and bring the camera over and around to show you kind of what I've done. So got through all of those, not the Raven Wing obviously, but yeah, done some stuff on all of those, and my survivors there. The samurai guy there did his blade. I did the Zombie 4 Phil's pistol gun thing, and yeah, so thanks for putting along with me. I've really got to stretch my back and things now and have something to eat and then crack on with Zombicide. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers guys.